day, the woman was as solid as I am, and I felt the weight of those 2 dead children, both little girls. It sounds unbelievable, and I wouldn't believe it if I were to hear you tell the tale. Yet I saw, felt, and will have that image in my mind for all time, and I now sincerely wish I did not. In 2004, Martin Johnson from South Shields was driving home after visiting pals in Hartlepool. He had a can of Coke open, and feeling thirsty, he pulled over into the Grotto car park to have a swig. He was necking it when he caught a glimpse of a black shadow on his back seat. And just then, he heard an old lady say, "Can you spare an old lady a drink?" He jumped out of the car, yet on staring in through the windows, the car was empty. Just finally, in December 2010, during the horrific snowstorms, local car salesman Gordon Allen was driving home from his job on the Silver Link when he spotted someone trudging through the snow near the Grotto car park. He was in his 4-wheel drive, and whilst the world's wheels were spinning, they were going nowhere. He was battling on through the drifts. This woman was a good distance away from any houses, so I pulled in to see if she needed help. At first, she didn't turn to face me, but I kept shouting, and finally she did. Gordon's face turned white as he explained that although her shape was very round and quite fat, under a kind of headscarf, all she had was rotting flesh for a face. That's all I can explain it as, he said. Rotting flesh. She looked at me with her sockets because the eyes had gone, and there was no blood, just a sort of grey flesh with a white skull behind it. I began to put my foot down on the throttle but never moved. I panicked and I waved the wheel from side to side, and then the car took off. I looked in my mirrors. She'd gone. My heart was thumping. My insides were in turmoil. And about a mile away, I pulled into a bus stop, and although I'd given up smoking, I'd packed it in. I had kept a packet behind the front seat, in the pocket there. And as I turned around, there she was on the back seats. I pulled my head back, slamming it off the roof, and opened the door, falling out into the snow, breaking my wrist as I did. And then I heard this old croaky voice. She was asking me for a drink. I was out of there. Despite the pain and the driving snow, I didn't return to the car until almost an hour had passed by. And then she was gone. I drove up to the hospital. The staff all laughed at me. I'm a grown man, but she was there. It seems the place of probably the most murders and ambushes is now left with famous Shields character Dolly Peel, who now seems certain to have lost her life there on the edge of a long-earned retirement. Now, she spends evenings looking for a good Samaritan, someone who will ignore the decaying flesh that falls rotting from her open skull, someone who will share a drink with her.
Every time you get in the car, you choose your weapon. There is another choice. See more at roadrespect.org.
Is your cat being bullied? Do other cats kick litter in his face? Well, after one bowl of new Maxi Moggy, he will more than double in weight. In a week, he'll be the size of a Bengal tiger.